It started subtly, a low, resonant hum, only I could hear. The abandoned church bell, silent for decades, began to toll every year on October 27th, and only for me. That same night, without fail, someone from our quiet coastal town would vanish. No trace. No explanation, just an empty space where a person used to be. I never spoke of the bell. Who would believe me? A phantom sound predicting tragedy. They'd lock me up. So, the terror became my silent annual burden. Each year, as October drew near, an icy dread would grip me. The old bell tower, crumbling above the town, seemed to watch, waiting for its cue, waiting for its victim. Sleep became a luxury I couldn't afford. Every shadow a threat, every creaking floorboard a warning. The approaching date consumed my waking thoughts and nightmares. This year, I couldn't bear the helplessness. I needed answers. I began researching the church, the town's history, anything that might explain the unexplainable. The town archives were a treasure trove of forgotten lore, microfiche word, revealing century-old newspaper clippings, detailing similar disappearances, always around October's end. I found mentions of the Whisperer's Bell and the Collector's Toll in old folk tales. Superstition, perhaps, but it felt chillingly connected to my phantom sound. My research led me to the church itself, St. Jude's. Its doors were locked, but a forgotten, overgrown side entrance offered a way in. A strange compulsion pulled me. Inside, dust motes danced in the sparse light, illuminating forgotten pews and crumbling altars. An oppressive silence hung heavy, broken only by my own ragged breathing. I found the narrow, spiraling staircase to the bell tower. Each creaking step echoed ominously, a symphony of decay leading to the source of my dread. At the top, the massive oxidized bronze bell hung motionless, larger than I imagined. It felt cold, ancient, and undeniably menacing, even in its stillness. Around the bell's base, I noticed strange, faded carvings. Not Latin, not English. Ancient symbols that seemed to writhe and coil, like some archaic warning. Tucked away in a dusty cubby, amidst skeletal bat wings and dried leaves, I found a small, leather-bound journal. Its cover was blank, but the weight felt significant. The journal belonged to an Elias Thorne, dated 1887. His first entry spoke of the chilling sound, the silent summoning, and a growing dread as the harvest moon wanes. Thorne documented disappearances, just like mine. But he also listed names, sometimes adding a chilling detail. They heard it too late. Elias Thorne grew increasingly desperate, believing the bell chose its victims. He detailed his attempts to silence it, to warn others, all in vain. His entries became frantic. His final entry, dated October 26, 1893, read, "It rings tonight. For me, I saw my name. God help us all." There were fresh ink stains, as if he'd been interrupted. Thorne's fate was clear. He disappeared on October 27, 1893, like all the others. And he heard the bell, just like me. He saw his name. It wasn't just predicting. It was choosing. And Thorne saw his name. My reflection stares back at me in the bell's surface, twisted and distorted. Could I see mine? I returned home. The journal clutched tight. My search became feverish, cross-referencing names, dates, desperately seeking a consistent pattern, beyond the October 27th disappearance. Old Man Hemlock, the town's oldest resident, often spoke in riddles. He lived through many Octobers. I found him in the general store, sipping weak tea, eyes milky with age. He mumbled about those who listened too closely, and the bell's hungry song. When I mentioned Thorn, he simply said, "He knew what he saw, didn't he?" Hemlock spoke of a family long gone who built the bell. They wanted to bind something, he rasped. Not release it. A chilling thought. That night, the bell pulsed in my dreams. A monstrous, metallic heart beating out my name. I woke in a cold sweat, the phantom echoes lingering in the silence. Desperate, I sought out the town's current pastor. He was a kindly man, new to Osprey Cove, unfamiliar with its true shadows. He listened patiently, then offered prayers and gentle suggestions of stress. My story of a phantom bell and disappearances was simply lore. He pitied me. No one would help. No one would believe. I felt utterly alone, isolated with my terrifying knowledge. October 27th was less than a week away. Rereading Thorn's journal, a detail jumped out. A small, almost invisible symbol drawn next to several names. It looked like a warped knot. I remembered seeing a similar design. Not on the bell, but on a stained glass window in the church's entrance foyer, almost hidden by grime. The knot, the bell, the disappearances. The pieces slowly clicked. It wasn't a warning. It was a seal. A ritual to bind something ancient, something hungry, to this town. The bell didn't just choose victims. It also served as the conduit, the anchor. The knot protected it, or perhaps protected from it. The lines blurred. I had to stop it. Not just predict. Stop. If the bell was a conduit, then maybe breaking the knot, severing the link, could free this town and me. October 26th. The air was thick with static. Every sound seemed amplified. My heart pounded a relentless drum against my ribs. Tonight, I confront St. Jude's. The church was even darker now, a gaping maw. My flashlight beam cut through the oppressive gloom, revealing dust, decay, and my own trembling shadow. As I ascended the tower, a faint hum began. Not the bell's toll, but a low, vibrational thrumming, seemingly from the very stones of the ancient structure. The hum grew stronger near the top. It felt like the bell tower itself was coming alive. A monstrous heart beginning to beat, anticipating its fateful hour. I found the knot on the main bell. Not carved but etched into the metal, faint but unmistakable. A darker patch on the ancient bronze. The binding point. With trembling hands, I raised the hammer. One strike. That's all it would take to shatter the knot, to break the connection, to defy its hunger. The air grew impossibly cold. A guttural whisper, not quite a word, seemed to emanate from the bell itself, swirling around me, trying to deter my resolve. With a desperate cry, I brought the hammer down, not on the bell itself, but directly on the etched knot. A jarring, metallic clang echoed, deafening loud. The bell roared, a sound that wasn't sound, but pure, unfiltered agony and rage, tearing through my very bones. The tower shook violently around me. When the chaos subsided, I looked up. A jagged crack, fine as a spiderweb, now marred the bronze where the knot had been. It was broken. I had done it. Silence. Absolute, profound silence. No hum, no whisper. The bell was quiet. The oppressive dread started to lift. A fragile hope blossoming in my chest. I stumbled out, exhausted but exhilarated. The town was peaceful, bathed in the first light of October 27th. No bell, no dread. I had won. I found myself at the pier, watching the sunrise over the calm ocean. The tension in my shoulders finally relaxed. Maybe, just maybe, it was over. My phone buzzed. A text from Sarah, a neighbor. "Have you seen old Mr. Hemlock? His door is wide open, and he's not answering." Mr. Hemlock was gone. Vanishing still happened. My actions hadn't stopped it, they had changed. Who? Vanished. The dread returned, colder than before. Suddenly, I heard it. Clear as day, distinct from any other sound. Ringing in my ears alone. The bell. It was still ringing. Fueled by fresh terror, I ran back to the church. The bell tower stood, ominous as ever. The crack was still there, but something felt different. I scrambled up the steps, heart hammering. And then I saw it. Directly below the spiderweb crack, glowing faintly on the bell's surface. A name. A new name. The bell wasn't merely predicting. It was writing the names. And the crack didn't stop it. It just created a new slate. A new selection method. Thorne didn't just see his name. The bell wrote it, and he heard the bell, because he was its next victim. Just like Hemlock. Just like. The hum intensified. The tower began to vibrate again. Slowly, agonizingly, the massive bronze bell began to, almost imperceptibly, move. My ears rang with that familiar, phantom sound. It was building. The bell was about to toll again. Not for October 27th, but for its next victim. For me. Beneath the glowing name of Hemlock, the bell's surface shimmered. And slowly, agonizingly, new letters began to form, glowing with that same cold blue light. Liam. My name. The bell didn't predict the disappearances. It orchestrated them. And this time, it orchestrated mine. The phantom sound reached its crescendo, an impossibly deep, booming toll that vibrated through every cell of my being. The world went black. The morning sun, now fully risen, streamed through the belfry. The massive bell hung silent and still, its surface immaculate, crack, and names gone. Later that day, another missing poster would go up in Osprey Cove. For 32-year-old Liam, last seen, October 27th. When the bell rings, and only you can hear it, are you listening closely? Because it might just be writing your name next.